Bonjour, Coeur de la Passion, Heart of the Passion Show. And I am Christelie Vedel. I'm here at Sarah's Vineyard today. My guest is Megan Orfanos. Hi Megan, how are you?
Christelie, I'm fine. How are you?
Good, thank you. This is beautiful. Tell us where we are exactly.
Well, here today we are at Sarah's Vineyard in Gilroy, California, and I'm actually the tasting room sommelier here.
That is very nice and it's a beautiful day.
Yes.
So, Megan, where are you from? Tell and what's your passion exactly about?
Well, I'm originally from San Diego, California, born and raised, and I moved up here in September to go and pursue my passion in wine. So I went and did a intense sommelier training for 12 weeks. I just graduated in December, and right after that, I got a job here as the tasting room sommelier at Sarah's Vineyard.
Wow, you're very young. How old are you?
I'm 24 years old.
Well, that's so impressive. You're 24 and you're already a sommelier. So you're really living your passion here. So, do you want to show us a little bit more and we can have a visit with you? What do you want to do today?
Today I would just love to show you around the winery, maybe show you some barrels, see where we actually ferment the wine and grow, and just do a tasting and just have a great old time at the winery.
Okay, let's go. Here, this is the vines, right? So, when is the right time? Oh, wow. I need to walk here. When is the right time to pick up the grapes?
So the right time to pick grapes, we have harvest season between September and usually till November. So by this time, you can't even see anything yet. We don't have even a little bud break.
Yes.
But during that time in September on is when we go ahead, we harvest the wines, we take them up to the winery to the crushing pad, and then after that certain amount of time, we eventually barrel them. And then when they go ahead and stay in the barrel for however long that specific varietal needs to be, then we go ahead and bottle. And then after that, tasting room.
Okay, so September, it's full of grapes here.
Yes.
So you start to pick up the grapes and start, to process for going to the wine.
Correct.
And it goes for 2-3 months.
It does.
It takes so long.
It actually just depends on the climate here. So every winery is different. Everyone harvests usually around the same time. There's different, certain weeks out of the year that we have harvest festivals and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yes, so that's usually the time when everyone, just comes into the vineyard and we pick our grapes and we get ready for the next season. So we usually start seeing bud break in at least a month from now. So in April we'll have some bud break showing, and then all through summer, all of this terroir will just be beautiful, beautiful vines.
Yeah.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
So that's interesting what you said. You said bud break?
Yes.
No, tell me again.
So the bud break. So
The what?
Bud break. Bud break.
Okay.
So basically,
Yes, explain a little bit more.
So basically, I can show you right over here.
Okay.
So here we have the vines here, and in about a month or so, we'll go ahead and start seeing some little green leaves, and they'll start sprouting, and then we'll have some grapes to follow. And then by that time, we'll just let it go through and grow all through summertime, and then by September, October, they will be ready for picking.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So here, what is the wine here?
So right now we're in our white Rhone varietal blend. So we have Roussanne and Marsanne grapes here.
Okay, that is the white wine.
Yes, that's the white wine.
So do you like this wine?
I do. It's fabulous. We actually have a white blend of Roussanne, Marsanne, and Grenache Blanc. And it is a great summertime wine. White wines are great for summertime.
Wow, that's I heard that the white wine is a little bit more sweeter than the red wine.
Typically, yeah, they can be a lot more sweeter. They have more of a citrusy taste to it, so you get a lemon, lime, as well as most of the time you get green apples and pears. You get that beautiful taste to it, and it all just mixes together, and it turns out to be a beautiful wine. Typically, the best year, it all depends. Like as in 2004, California had bad wildfires, and you could actually taste some of the smoke in the wine. So
The smoke.
yes,
Really?
yes. So all the ashes and whatnot that accumulated up in the air came and fell onto the grapes and the vines, and you could actually taste that in some of the bottles that were produced that year.
Wow. So every little things going on in the air and the weather can affect the grapes.
Yes, every little thing, which we call our terroir, which can be a climate, our landscape, any little effect that goes on around our climate affects the grapes. And so that's usually, we try to keep everything nice and simple so that we have a good harvest.
Yes, because it would be a waste, right?
Oh, it would be such a shame to have, spend so much time growing and cutting and trimming and harvesting and barreling just to not have a good wine. It's not our goal, and that's just such a disappointment. And so our main goal is to go ahead, make sure our terroir is at its best, so that when we do harvest the grapes, they turn out to beautiful wines in the end.
That's a great place. Thank you. It's a great vineyard. So, Megan, where are we here?
So right now we're actually in the back part of the wine at the vineyard. This right here is actually a Pinot Noir vineyard. We also have different grape varietals. We have Chardonnay that we grow and Rhone varietals. We have Roussanne, Marsanne, Grenache, Picpoul Blanc, Connois, all of the different grape varietals. And basically they're all grown here. They're all barreled here. And after that, we have a beautiful tasting room where I can go ahead and tell everybody they need to know about wine.
Wow, this is very fascinating. So, where are we going here? Where were you taking us?
So right now, I'm going to go ahead and take you up to the winery and show you the barrel room where we actually have wine in the barrels getting ready, and hopefully soon be nice, yummy drinks for later.
Okay, and it's a little early, but let's go.
It's never too early for wine.
That's true.
Yes. This is our barrel room. So all the smells that you're smelling, this is actually French oak that we use for our wines. So that's that big, strong wood smell, and also you get all that beautiful grape juice smell as well. As you can see in some of the barrels, there's a little bit of dyeing going through, and that's just, over time.
Did you say dying?
Well,
Oh, okay. You say dying like it's red, right?
Yes.
It's like going through the wood.
it's going through, yeah.
It's like, do you think it can explode?
Oh, no, they're fine.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just so, it's so red. Yeah.
Oh, yes. So over here, we have mostly our red varietals. Like up on these barrels, these are all Pinot Noir. And so soon enough, in a couple months, everything will be done and ready to go. And we'll have some beautiful wines for everybody to taste.
So is this one, they are new one? They are the latest one? They just were in barrel?
Yes, these
You
are.
put them in barrel?
Yes, these were brand new. Or these were just recently harvested. Usually in California, we have our harvest seasons between September through November.
Yeah.
And it's the busiest time in the winery. It's absolutely crazy. I'm very excited for our next harvest.
So now I have a question. Does that mean that when it's red like this, is it going to be ready?
No.
Is that a sign or something?
No, that's not a sign. That's just part of using barrels. That every once in a while it just gets it. The wine just goes through, but it's fine. It doesn't affect anything. It's great.
It smells really good, you know.
It's fabulous.
And
I
there are
love it.
different wines, right?
These are all different wines. Here, where we're standing, this is actually just all red wine. So we have our Pinot Noir, but yes, down the way we have some Marsanne and all these beautiful grape varietals that soon enough they'll be ready for bottling.
So this is a big room. How many barrels in here, you think?
Oh my goodness. We have at least a couple hundred barrels
Yeah.
in here for sure, if not more. It's incredible how much we can stack up in this tiny little room. But yeah, it's
Wow, yeah, it's impressive.
so the oak basically it doesn't really do anything to the barrels. Basically, the oak, you can taste it in the wine once the wine is ready. So when we go ahead and we do our tasting after this, I'm going to go ahead and show you the different smells you can get from wine barrels. There's vanilla there's vanilla smells, there's, all these baking spices, cinnamon, and it's just fabulous, and it just makes the wine taste so much better.
Really? So that makes little thing makes a big difference, right?
It does, and it's a great process. And you're from France, so you know all about how wine is.
Oh, I don't know so much like you do. I mean, actually, it's the first time I'm here entering in an American winery room. You know, even my grandfather made wine, but I was very young, so I remember the big barrel, but I don't remember so much, you know. But he had a very small room, maybe just a 10 barrel. It was not as, you know, it was his own. So it's different. So here it's really a big room and so many variety. So, and you're a sommelier, so then, you know, you already know the wine, and this is really what you're passionate about, right?
It is. I enjoy how watching and just waiting for, once we take the grapes and we crush them and we put them into barrels, and it's just patience. You need patience with wine.
How do you crush them?
We have a big crushing pad. So basically, once all the grapes are harvested, we take them and we put them in the crushing pad, and we get rid of the stems and the leaves and whatnot, all the, all the little tidbits of wine that we don't want to drink. And we go ahead, and once that is all ready to go, we go ahead and barrel them. And then it's a waiting game pretty much.
Yes. How long does it take from the crushing and to the barrel?
It depends. So we have different varietals. As currently now in our tasting room, we actually have wines from 2007 to 2009 that have just come out. So we have new 2009 Pinot Noirs that just came out and released from the barrels to the bottle, and then they're ready for tasting.
Wow, you're saying it takes years and years, right? But the process from crushing the barrel, you know, when you go through the grapes and you want just to make sure all the grapes are perfect and there's nothing else, does it take hours or?
Oh, it takes a long time. So basically, we put the grapes, we put our grape juice into the barrels, and we do this thing called racking. So we take this little bunt. I don't know if you could see it. So we take that off and we check the wine.
Yes, this is here, right?
Yes, and if it's not ready, then we go ahead and we say we rack it again. So we fill up the barrel, rack them up, and then we just wait even longer. It's a complete waiting game, but it's like I said, it's definitely worth it.
That's nice, yeah. And after that, then the wine can stay as long as many years.
Depending on the grape varietal, once it's barreled and then it's bottled, you can either some wines you can open right away and drink, and some.
How do you know?
It actually just depends on the grape varietal and where it's grown. So, for instance, we have a 2009 Pinot Noir in our tasting room, and what we do is it's already ready for tasting. People already go ahead and like it.
Yes.
And some people say, hey, it's not quite ready yet. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it in the bottle, lay it down on its side, so the cork is always wet. The cork always needs to be nice and moist, or else the wine can go bad. and wine can actually age in the bottle just as much as it can in a barrel.
So, Megan, Megan, you're 24 years old. So how old were you when you had your first glass of wine? That's what I want to ask you.
Well, legally, I'm supposed to say 21. But
Okay, it's okay.
yes, but I did have my first glass of wine a couple years before that. I didn't really get into wine till I was actually about 21 years old, and I did a trip up to Sonoma, and the wine bug just kind of hit me there. I went to a beautiful winery where everything was just gorgeous. The view and the wines were just so spectacular. And my first wine was a 2005 Pinot Noir. And the second I took a sip of it, it was just breathtaking. And I was like, that's it. That's what I have to do. I have to learn more about this. And here I am today, teaching everybody what I know.
So your favorite is the Pinot Noir, I understand, or do you have another favorite?
My favorite right now is the Pinot Noir, and since I have been working at this winery in particular, I have grown to love Rhone varietals as well. I'm getting more of a passion into Syrah and Grenache as well, and they're just fantastic wines, and I just want to learn everything I can about them and teach everyone I know it's fabulous.
Yes, I can see you have a passion about. So I know a little bit of Syrah. I know I'm learning more about the Californian wine, and I see you really like the taste of the Pinot Noir. What do you like? What turn you on when you taste the wine?
Well, I'm more partial to California Pinot, as of a Burgundy is completely different. Both the wines are just, it might be the same grape varietal, but the taste is different. You go to Burgundy and you have that more earthy taste to it. And here in California, since it's a bit warmer here, especially in this climate in Gilroy, the fruit from the Pinot Noir just comes out a lot more, and it's more vibrant, and it just tastes so yummy. I just love it.
Wow. So are we going to have a test of it?
We will. I'm going to go ahead and take you to the tasting room. I'm going to show you how we can taste wine, how to look at the glass and the wine inside the glass, and then we'll get to the favorite part, tasting the wine, and it'll be fabulous. I promise you.
Megan, where are we now?
So now we're in the tasting room, so now I get to show you how wonderful these wines taste.
Which wine did you choose?
So today I chose our 2009 Estate Pinot Noir. These grapes were grown right here at our vineyard.
Wow. Okay, so what, you going to open the bottle and show us how we proceed in a wine tasting? Is that right?
Exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and open this bottle up right here.
So how many times a day do you do that? That's a good question, huh?
Yeah, no, I don't even know. Too many. Sometimes it's too many times, sometimes it's not enough. It just all depends on the day. Weekends, it's crazy busy, so I'm constantly opening up wines.
Wow.
I have it down to a T, so yeah, it's great. So here's our.
So what are you going to do now?
So right now I'm going to go ahead and pour us a little bit of the Pinot. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and go through our little tasting. So what I want you to do is to go ahead and pick up the glass.
So I pick up the glass
And just basically look at it.
let's talk together in the microphone. We can hear us, right? Okay, so
Let's go ahead
Okay.
and wait for the bubbles to settle a little bit.
so it's like you having the wine grasping some air. Would you say that?
Basically, yeah. We're gonna get a little oxygen in it. Let it calm down a second. I basically want these little bubbles to settle so I can go ahead and show you what's called the rim variation. And the rim variation will tell us exactly how old the wine is, if it's a new young wine or if it's got a little age to it. So now that I poured the wine, we're going to go ahead and first look at it. So we're going to look at the color. It's got a nice ruby red color to it. And if you look all the way at the edge of the wine, you can see that it's a little clear. This is our rim variation. So this shows us that it's a nice young wine.
Okay, I see.
So the darker the rim variation,
Yes.
for red wines, it'll turn more of a garnet color. That'll show
Yes.
the age of the wine. So older wines will have that garnet color. But since this is a 2009 varietal,
Yes.
it's nice and clear. You can see through that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn the glass a little bit.
Okay, so 2009 is a young wine. So what year would be an older wine?
I would basically, a lot older would be maybe 2005 is
Okay.
starting to mature a little
Okay,
more.
I see.
Yes. So you go ahead and you look at that. And you hold your glass up and you can see that it's a little staining, and you can see these little tears running down the glass. And that shows how much of the alcohol content is in here. So basically this
What
is...
do you mean? How much is the
So,
alcohol?
so alcohol, this is a 14.4% alcohol content in the wine.
Oh, okay.
California,
It's high.
Yes, California
Wow.
wines are a lot higher than in France, and like a Burgundy and would probably be about 12.5% alcohol content, and so
Yes.
that's also another reason why California wines are a lot more fruitier tasting. That alcohol and that sugar gets raised up more, and so you have that different taste in it.
Yes, I explained because I found some of the Californian wine, they're really strong compared to the European, French wine and others. So yes, that's interesting. Huh?
Yes, that all ties into the terroir, the climate, basically the landscape of the winery. All of that entails how much alcohol content, how much fruit you can taste in the wine, and it just that's how everything pans out. So what we're going to go ahead and do next is we're going to go
Okay.
ahead and swirl the glass a little bit, get a little oxygen in there, and we're going to go ahead
Okay.
and smell.
Smell it. You put your nose in it.
Oh yeah, get all up in that wine. It won't hurt.
Wow, yes. It's strong, it goes in your eye.
Yeah, so you can smell it. It's got.
Wow, this is strong and nice wine. I
Oh,
like it.
Oh yeah, and
I mean, I didn't test it yet.
yeah, but you can smell all the berries in there. It has tons of red berries, black berries in it, and then.
Yes,
What
I
you-
can smell it. I never really noticed that before.
Yeah, so there's different senses in the wine. There's fruit senses. Then we can go ahead and move on to smelling. I mean, in here they have sometimes floral scents to it. So in here it's a little bit of a red rose flower scent to me. I can smell.
So when you don't know that is a 2009 and you are sommelier and you have to test some different wine, so can you recognize most of them and say the year or what's the wine and the fruit or the location maybe? I don't know.
Yes, for my training, I've had to go ahead and find out what we do. Basically, what we do is blind taste. They blind taste us in training. So we don't know what wines we're getting. Sometimes it's just one white, one red. Okay, figure it out from there.
Okay.
So what we do is we look at the grapes or at the wine, we look
Yes.
at the site, we smell it, we taste it, and from there we can go ahead and say 2009 Pinot Noir from California.
Okay.
Yes, so that's what we do. So after we go ahead and smell, like I was saying before in the barrel room, you can kind of smell some of that vanilla and baking
Yes.
spice, some cinnamon in there, and that's all from the barrel. So after that, we can go ahead and we can finally taste. So cheers to you.
Cheers. Oh, you spit it. I swear.
I have to. Oh no, please. So I have to.
Oh, you the sommelier.
I'm the
Okay.
sommelier,
I'm the invité, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So what you do, yeah, you just
Thank
go ahead
you.
and you taste it. Please, that's all for you.
That is really good, actually.
Oh, thank you.
I
Thank
never
you.
really so appreciate the wine like that when I really have some connoisseur, you know.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do here as a tasting room sommelier. My job is to show
This is
people
really good.
how to learn how to appreciate wine. I have a lot of people that come in that have never done wine tasting before. So I take them over this same tasting experience, which I'm showing you, and hopefully from that gives them the passion to go on and pursue more wine tasting and hopefully get their palates going a little bit more so they open up more to more varietals and things. It's fabulous. So,
Yes,
yeah.
I can see it's fabulous. You're fabulous.
Oh, thank you. You are as well, my dear.
Thank you. That is so great. So, and once you tested, how do you go from, this wine to a different test? You know, like, do you have to wait or drink a little bit of water to go to a different test?
I usually start off, if I'm doing a tasting, I start off with the lightest wines we have possible. So I'll go ahead and start off with a white wine, like a Chardonnay or a white Rhone varietal that we have. And then I'll go ahead and move on to the reds. So we'll do Chardonnay, then we'll move on to the Pinot Noir. Maybe perhaps after that we'll do some red Rhone varietals and then some Merlot. So the more intense the wine is, that's how further along we go, the more intense the wine gets. So that way it doesn't ruin our palate for the next wine.
Oh, I see. Yes, I see.
Yes. So did you enjoy our little tasting here?
Yes, that's really nice. Really enjoy it.
Wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Good. Yay. Well, please drink. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, Megan, for this great experience. It was wonderful to visiting the Sarah's Vineyard where you work here and sharing your passion. It's fantastic, so many discoveries. And thank you for viewers to watch us.